Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on another Booked with Debbie video. It makes me so happy that you are here watching and following along. So thank you so much. Sorry I sound a little nasally. I have been sick for the past week with a little respiratory infection, and you know what? I'm feeling better. So we got a video to film. So I've been so excited to film this. These are all of the books that I picked up in the month of May. So guess what that means? It is a May recap book video. Don't we love it? I'm so excited. I'm going to talk to you about all the books that I read in the month of May, and maybe you'll get some ideas for what to read in June. As I'm filming this, we are now on the 4th day of June, so I gotta get this posted so you guys have some ideas, some books to think about for the summertime, all the good things that, you know, we got planned. Summer reading just hits differently. So I hope you get some ideas. We had 5-star reads, we had 3-star reads, we had a DNF. It was a really good month. So solid all the way around. I am going to jump right into it, so follow along. Stay till the end because I do have a very, very, very special request for you guys. So please, please, please follow all the way to the end so that way you can be included in helping me make a big decision. All right, guys. So the first book that I picked up was a new release. I was so excited for this to come out. This is The Perfect Divorce by Geneva Rose. You have to read The Perfect Marriage because this follows that book. And if you don't read The Perfect Marriage and you pick this up, you will not understand what the heck's going on. I can't share a lot about this book because you really need to read The Perfect Marriage to understand. This picks up years after The Perfect Marriage ends, and you are in the throes of what happened after that ended and how our main character's life continued and how she's still plotting, still doing her thing. What I really loved about this book the most was I felt like Geneva never meant to write this book, but because The Perfect Marriage did so well, she kind of, she wrote this for us. And I felt like we got loose ends that maybe we weren't supposed to know about tied up. We heard some things, even storylines that weren't relevant to the main plot. Like, who killed somebody in the first book that maybe we weren't supposed to know about. It was just kind of like a bypass product. And all of a sudden, we found out in here. Like, I really like that when they connect the two books together. This book is gorgeous. Like, can we talk about this? Look at those sprayed edges. Like, I just can't. It was beautiful. I'm not a hardback girly. I usually wait until the paperback comes out or I get an ebook or something like this. I needed this. So I was very, very excited when this came out. This did not give me the 5-star gush that I looked for, but it gave me a 4-star gush. This was a wild story. It was really good. I read it very quickly. Not my favorite. I definitely prefer The Perfect Marriage because I knew what happened and I knew our main character's personality type. I was always on edge of like, can I trust them? I don't really know. So really, really good. Check out The Perfect Marriage and then follow it right up with this book. And I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. So check this out. 4 stars. Next up, I went in with another highly anticipated new release, which is Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. Now, I read Just for the Summer by her last year, and that was the 5-star gush that I was looking for, and I loved that book. That was my first Abby Jimenez book, so I haven't read anything else by her. I was very excited for this to come out, but when I tell you it was more sad than I expected, holy moly, It was more sad than I expected. This talks about how you could want something so bad, you can meet somebody, but it's the right person, the wrong time. Our main character deals with a lot of loss, a lot of life, a lot of difficulties. The biggest thing and the main trigger warning that was on the trigger warning first page was that one of the main characters has Alzheimer's. I don't know why I forgot the word. I always have a struggle with that. Now, Alzheimer's is something very close to my family, close to a lot of families, unfortunately. So I think this book just hit differently. And if you don't know what Alzheimer's is, or you don't have a close connection to it, maybe it's not going to be as sad. Maybe it will give you a little peek into what people deal with. It is. But our main characters try not to let that stop them. They fight, they fight, they fight. They keep going, even though it's right person, wrong time, and they get burnt out, and it's like the world is fighting against them. They want it so bad, but they can't have all the things. This book is that. This book is, I find, young adult should definitely read this as they're hitting the 20s, and how life is not what maybe we dream it to be. And this was a raw, real book that Abby Jimenez did a really great job detailing the hardships of life. I feel like it was just very emotional. I did rate this 4 stars. It's beautiful. It's a great book. 4-star read. I will definitely recommend this. Just pay attention to the trigger warnings because there are quite a few. And I love that she listed that. So that was the second book. Went into a very, very, very anticipated read. Frida McFadden, The Locked Door. I saw this on Goodreads, and I was like, I need to read it. I love a good Frida McFadden book. I will eat it up. She does such good writing. I saw this at the bookstore, and I was like, oh, this is what I've been waiting for. This sounds so good. So our main character, and you get kind of flashbacks and present time. Our main character's dad was a serial killer and was in jail, and now it's the anniversary of the murders, and he would brutally murder, kidnap, mutilate. It's very intense, all behind a locked door. And she didn't know this growing up until she found out, and you kind of see how she finds out, how her dad gets caught. But now on the anniversary, the same things are happening in the same fashion. And she's like, but my dad's locked up, isn't he? Isn't he still locked up? So is it her dad? Is it a copycat? What's going on? When I tell you this book made me gasp out loud, it made me gasp out loud. I did not see it coming. I for sure thought I knew what was happening. I was like, I know it. I know exactly what's going on. And then she totally blew my mind. I read this in 2 days. It is such a quick read. It is so fast paced. It's very throws you right into the story. And that's what I appreciate. I can't say it's my favorite by Frida McFadden because we have The Boyfriend, we have the Housemaid series, all of the good Frida McFadden books. But when I tell you this is top tier Frida McFadden, you have to read this one. You have to. It's a standalone book. It's so good. It was so good. This gave me the 5-star gush that I look for, that I crave, that when I'm reading a book and I'm thrown into a storyline and I'm imagining and I'm thrown into what this main character is experiencing, this gave me all of that. 5 stars. Check this book out. It was so good. Okay. Then I took our little TBR jar that we made together a couple videos ago, and I pulled out Plum Tea Crazy. I think I found out why it was $7 in the bargain book section at my Barnes & Noble. I started reading it. I switched to the audiobook. I'm telling you, I got 4 chapters in. The back of the book, it literally talks about how, it's a wealthy banker and he falls off of a building and he dies and it's an accident, but actually maybe it's a murder. So here's what I thought it was going to be about, right? I'm listening to that. I'm thinking, okay, it's going to be an accident like majority of the way through. And then the police are going to be like, hi, nope, it's not. It's a murder. And I already, I've been piecing this together. No, you got like the whole storyline. First chapter. When I tell you I couldn't even remember the first character, the main character's name, I'm not kidding. There was no connection. I need to be thrown into a book. I need to, within the first few chapters, be seeing what is happening, remember what's happening and the main characters' names. I need to feel like I'm experiencing it. I'm watching a movie. I am so engrossed. I just want to keep on reading. Was not happening. My first sign is when I'm reading the book and I go to the audiobook and it's still not giving it to me. That's when I know it's time. So I did DNF this, and I'm so glad I did, because that gave me, this would have put me in a reading slump. I would have never finished it. I would have forced myself to read it, and we don't like doing that anymore. We used to do that. We don't. We DNF books when we don't like them. Thank goodness I did, because that threw me right into my next 2 reads that your girl was reading. After I DNF'd Plum Tea Crazy, I pulled another TBR book, and I got In 5 Years. Now, this was a reread. This is In 5 Years by Rebecca Serrell. I posted, my last video was me reading this with you guys on Memorial Day weekend. And this, you can see in that video all of my emotions. This was a reread, but I wanted to read it because it was on my shelf. And I could not remember what happened at all. It was like I was experiencing this book for the first time. You read the back of the book, you're expecting something, and you're given something totally different. And I was shocked. This book is all about our main character, Danny. She's very type A, which I relate to. She's very organized. She knows what she wants. She knows her plan. She knows her 2-year plan, her 3-year plan, her 5-year plan, all of that. And she's like, I'm going to get engaged to this person at this time. After this long of dating them, I'm getting this job. This is what I'm working for, all of the things. And as it starts to unfold, she goes to her job interview for the job she wants. And where do you see yourself in 5 years? And she has a perfect curated script of where she sees herself in 5 years. She goes home. That night they're celebrating because, something happens. They're celebrating and she falls asleep. And all of a sudden she wakes up and it's 5 years in the future, which is kind of ironic because 5 years in the future in the book is December of 2025. So I think it's a perfect year for you to pick up this book. I'm just saying. Well, she is experiencing 5 years in the future, and she doesn't see her person she's going to marry. She doesn't see the place she's living. Everything is different. Everything's not what she expects. Then she wakes up back into present time, and she gets like paranoid. Like, that's not what I'm working towards. I don't even know that person. So she tries to prevent things from happening, so that way what her list is and what she says she's gonna do comes to fruition. This talks really heavily about friendship, her best friend, and how you can have the best friend forever, know all about them, and they are your rock, they are your person. And the challenges in the life that fate throws at you, you can have it all planned out. You can have everything you ever think of laid out. All right, here's what I'm doing, when I'm going to do it. And fate says, no, it's not what's going to happen. You're going to deal with this. As much as this is going to suck, you're going to deal with it. Maybe you'll survive it. Maybe you'll be empowered. Maybe it's going to crush you. All the emotions. Maybe you'll come out on top, and maybe you won't. And this talks about love, loss, life, friendship, the fear of the unknown, heartbreak, sadness, the true test of what relationships go through. This book I almost cried. I'm not a big crier. I don't really cry when I read. I've only had 2 books do that to me. This one almost made me do it. If you are somebody that is very emotional and you want a gut wrencher, because sometimes we just need that. We need that, like, just get us in check. This book will do it for you. This was a 5-star read. I rated it 5 stars the first time I read it. This time, it was like I was reading it for the first time again, and it was another 5-star read. It did not disappoint. I'm telling you, pick this book up, and if you read it and this didn't pull at your heartstrings, we need to have a different conversation, because let me tell ya, wow, okay. So then I pulled another little note out of the TBR jar pile, and I got The Crash, our second Frida McFadden book. This is a new release from this year, and I'm gonna be honest, I was like, I don't know what the frick I read, okay? It was a lot. There was a lot going on. This book physically made me angry. I haven't had a book do that to me. When I tell you, I told Eric, my husband, I was like, I'm so angry at what is going on. This girl is 8 months pregnant. She gets into a car accident, and she is rescued by this big burly man. And he's like, I'm going to take you home to my wife. After, we'll take you to the hospital. Well, that doesn't happen. And we find out how hard infertility can hurt somebody. We find out how hard a psychosis can be, not just for the person going through it, but those around them. What they'll do without realizing how far they will go to get something that they want. This book, I did not know where it was going, what I was reading. I did not expect it. After, I was like, honestly, I don't know what to rate it. At the end, the person I was most angry with turns out to be better than expected. And I kind of got the ick a little bit. I didn't know where it was going. I felt like I couldn't rate it. I will tell you, this book was quick. I read it in like 3 days. Granted, I was sick, but you know, I read like 180 pages one day, 100 pages the next, like flew through this book. So it was really intriguing. I wanted to know what happened. It's a Frida McFadden book. Like, you're not going to be disappointed. I was just physically angry, and I've never had a book do that to me, and I just don't think I knew how to process it. Truth is, I'm still processing this book. I just finished this and a couple days ago, and I'm still processing. So I rated it 3 stars because I just felt indifferent. I didn't get that 5-star gush. It made me feel things like, should it have been a 4-star? I don't know. Okay, it could be. I'm still processing. Okay. Read it. I mean, find out for yourself what happens. Rate it yourself. It's Frida McFadden. You can't be disappointed with Frida. I'm just saying. But 3 stars for me. So there you have it. All of the books that I picked up in the month of May. We had 2 4-stars, 2 5-stars, 1 DNF, and 1 3-star. I think it was a pretty solid reading month. We had 2 new releases, 1 reread, 2 Frida McFadden books. All around, May was a fantastic reading month. If you pick up any of these books, comment them down below. Let me know which one you are most excited to read, especially when you're going into summer reading, which is always the best. It just hits differently. Okay, guys, before I say goodbye and I let you go, I have a huge favor to ask you. I have 2 bookshelves in here. You're propped up on one, and then I have this one, and I want to redo them. I want to reorganize my bookshelves, and I just don't know how to do it. I need to stamp all of them with my little library stamper because a lot of them don't have the stamp yet. So I need to go through and do that. And I was like, well, why I do that? Why don't I just reorganize, refresh? Right now, they are alphabetized by last name of author. They start on this wall, and then they go over here. This shelf will not change. This shelf is all of the books that I read for the year. I like leaving them here because at the end of the year, I do a recap and, you know, take a little picture with them all. So this shelf will not change. But all of these shelves will change. I mean, even these are double stacked. So right now they're sorted by author's last name. I have done it by color before. Don't like doing that because I have a lot of series that are multiple colors, and I don't like when my series is broken up. And that would happen for, you know, quite a few series actually. I have done it by genre. I have done it by this bookshelf standalone, this bookshelf series. I've done random assortment. I feel like I've done it all. So I'm coming to you for help. How should I style them? I want something different. So right now, again, they're alphabetized by author last name. I want something fresh, something different. I really do like when my series are all together because they just look really beautiful together. I also like when they're in their order. I just need something different. Or do I keep it like alphabetized but like stack them differently? Let me know. Please let me know. So comment down below some ideas. Maybe you have a way that I didn't mention before. Let me know how I should style my bookshelf because that is going to be our next video. Please comment down below and, you know, let's see. I'm going to pick the best one and style it with you guys. Okay? So thank you so much. Please Please put all your suggestions down below. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for following along. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that little bell notification so you don't miss any time that I post. This is our 9th video and we have plenty more to come. I love filming these videos. I hope you love watching them. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the May recaps and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.